To the Goyette family, on behalf of the School of Communication at Texas Southern University, more specifically my office, the Office of Student Services and Marketing, we extend our heartfelt condolences and prayers to you.
And there is this great proverb from the Igbos that says that when we mourn somebody, that's when we mourn ourselves. And what is it about mourning somebody that reminds you of your own mortality, of your own self? It's the memories we construct through relationship, through our existence, through the work we do, through our communication with other people. So Steve left an indelible mark here in the School of Communication.
And if there was anyone who was helpful to those of us in the School of Communication, it was Steve.
I just began teaching, and he just, was ever so supportive, very respectful, very warm.
Goyette was a person that really was very helpful.
He just kept his eye on the prize. He was one of those type of guys that was very committed to stand on top of them and then knowing what we had to do next. So what's next? What's next? So to me, that means that transaction for transaction, you know how to finish. And that's exactly what he was. He was a finisher. He finished this.
It's going to take a lot for us to fill the shoes and the spaces that's being left by his absence.
Steve was the man. Steve was the go-to for all things digital. He made sure that our Zoom meetings went well. He made sure that if we had problems with our online classes, Steve was there on the spot. He was just such a helpful person. And again, Steve was definitely an unsung hero.
His loss, it's a great loss for the School of Communication. There's never going to be another Steve by any means. And beyond just the job role, the presence and impact that he had on our lives in terms of being professors and how we can help our students. He wanted to support you and encourage you in any way he possibly could. So it's a big loss.
He's like motivation to just keep going, get a 4.0, do good in the field, and just be the best I could be.
I still knew him enough to where it felt like family every time I came in there, and he was just giving and kind.
Goyette was my guy, and I couldn't wait to share my senior year with him because he is a big reason as to why I made it here. And I was just so excited to round the corner and his door be open and him be there, and it didn't happen. I'm so grateful for Mr. Goyette.
And he would always push me to believe that I could do things that, I don't even know if I ever could or can, but he gave me the want and the desire and the, belief in myself that if I do want to go after it, I can.
Actually wearing my shirt for my short film that he was heavily responsible for helping me push and get out there. So if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have really pushed myself like I should.
Mr. Goyette was a phenomenal teacher, human being, and all-around person.
Sets Professor Goyette apart from the rest of the professors here. I would say not that the other professors don't care, but he actually showed that he cared. Like, he would stay later for people if they needed to work on assignments. He would leave the studio open. He would come in there. Like, if you had questions, you could come in there and talk to him. A lot of times he would be busy, but you could knock on his door and he would open it and help you with anything you needed.
Students, faculty, and staff admire his vast amount of information in television and film and his willingness to share.
I was his unofficial assistant starting my freshman year in 2016, and I just stood by him learning.
Because I always had this thirst for knowledge, it was great to know someone like him who always had knowledge to give.
The way that Professor Goyette taught makes my experience in school better because you can tell that he had a heart for his students.
Everyone loved him because of the way he greeted you, the way that he respected you, and for all of the wonderful things that he brought to the School of Communication.
He would speak to you with candor and just uplift you when you were down. He always had this little thing where you would talk and he would kind of finish your sentence silently, like mouth the words that you were gonna say, and then he would respond. It was like a, kind of a funny thing he did that I always noticed about him. He was also a veteran, and I'm a veteran, and we would have conversations that I can't have with other people.
Whenever I saw Professor Goyette, it was gonna be 9 times out of 10, it was gonna be the highlight of my day.
Being able to change the trajectory of people's lives through kindness, being able, you know what I mean? Like, he was just a very soft-spoken, very nice guy. And I haven't met somebody as genuine as him.
I know everything's not about race, but to have a white man at a historically black university that treats you as an equal, as a person that he sees you as respect, and he sees you as someone that he values and can pour into you just like he would pour into any other student, no matter what they look like, race, creed, sex, gender, any of that. It didn't matter with him. We all were his students, and we all were somebody that he knew that he could pour into.
But he was one of the first professors I actually met and sat down and talked to and got to know. And he was just always kind and patient. And, I really appreciated that, and him helping me through some of the challenges that I experienced upon first getting here to the School of Communication. So I really appreciate that. So I would simply tell him thank you.
Thank you, Professor Goyette, for watching out for me in times that I was struggling, definitely in times that I needed the help or advice. He was always there, and I could always speak with him.
I'd like to say to Mr. Goyette, thank you. Thank you for your sincerity, your friendship, your guidance, your support, your laughs, and most importantly, the beautiful sunsets you posted on Facebook. Thank you so much, Steve. You will be missed.
And I know he's not going to be here to see it. But Steve, I did it. I got the masters. I did it. And your legacy will forever be remembered.
And his legacy will be felt every time we walk into this room, because he played a very important role in what we see here today. So grateful for that.
I think with the students that he imparted his wisdom to, his knowledge, I think we can only get better if we steer into the pain. And that's going to be the key, that we accept life as it is, but we don't stop there, but we keep pressing on. So I appreciate him, and even when I got to see him in his last days, he had the spirit where he so blessed me. I didn't bless him, he blessed me, and I thank God for his spirit.
Many people know that you love to laugh, and it's so true. So I'm dressed, yes, like a deer, because you were dear to all of our hearts.